Hey guys, welcome back to a new Android video. In this video, I will show you how you can retrieve data from Firestore. For that, we need to add cloud storage dependency inside our project. You can do that by going to Assistant, and from here you can click on Cloud Firestore, then click on Get Started with Firestore. From here you need to add the Cloud Firestore dependency here. I have already added the dependency, so it's telling me that dependency set up correctly. So we can start by creating our data class here. And inside this data class, we just tell our program that we want to get this specific data from our Firestore. Also, let's take a look inside our Firestore data. Here we have a collection of about. Inside this about collection, we have some field of age, name, passion, and photo. And these are all the data we are just trying to get inside our app. That's why we just created this data class. Now we need to create a function to tell our program that how we want to get the data from Firestore. For that, go to data view model, create a function of suspend function, and name it to get data from Firestore. This will return our about data class. Here we need to create an instance of Firebase Firestore. So let's do that. dv is equal to our Firebase Firestore.get instance. Now we can do a request inside our Firestore. For that, let's take a try-catch block, and inside try-catch just a dv.collection, and this collection means from which collection we want to get the data. For that, the collection is about, and this is the about collection. Then say get. That means we want to get the data from our about collection, and after that say await dot map. This await means we wait till our data comes from our Firestore, and then we can map the result. Let's say it dot to object, and which object? Absolutely our about object, class dot java. What we are actually doing here is that we are just referring to our about collection and getting the data from that collection. After that, we are mapping the result to our about data class, which we have just created. We also need to catch some exception here. Let's say Firebase Firestore exception. Just do a log here. We can say e error, but I need to return the result from here. For that, let's create a variable called about equal to our about data class, and I will assign this result inside our about variable here. Let's say result here is equal to our this mapping object. If you click on this result and press Ctrl Q, you will see that this is a result of type about. That means we are getting the about. Now we can assign this result to our about variable. Let's say about is equal to our result, and we need to change this to var here. Now we can return our about variable here. Let's just say return about, and we are ready to use this function now. Let's create a view model here. Create a class of data view model and extend our view model here. Take a state of mutable state of about data class that we have just created here, and now I can create a private function of get data. I need to launch a vmodel scope dot launch I am launching a coroutine here because our get data from Firestore is a suspend function, and we can call a suspend function inside a suspend function or a coroutine scope. So that's why we have called viewModel scope.launch. Now we can assign this get data from Firestore function to this state variable. Let's say state.value is equal to our get data from Firestore. Let's create our UI now. For that, let's say composable function data screen, and we can call our data view model is equal to our view model. Let's say get data is equal to data view model dot state dot fill. Now I can create a column here, and this column will be fill max size. Also, our horizontal alignment is center, and vertical alignment, arrangement is going to be also center. Now let's call image member async image painter is get data dot our photo. Content description is null. Call our text here, and we can also call our name. Again, get data dot age. Let's copy this one and call and passion variable. I think we are ready to launch our app now. But before that, don't forget to call this data screen inside our navigation graph. Let's go to our navigation graph and call this data screen here. Also, there is something I need to do. I need to create a init block here and call the add data, so that whenever we call this data view model, our get data function will be initialized first. Now we can run our app and see if we are actually getting the data from our Firestore. Let's run the app. We can see we are getting the data from our Firestore, name, the age, and our passion, and also the image that we are getting from our Firestore. If we take a look inside our Firestore and match the data, we can see that the name is Firestore, age 20, and we have an image here, and we are getting all the data here inside our app. The text are too small, but you can change that by going inside our data screen. Here you just need to say font size, let's say 20 sp, import sp. Now our text is bigger now. If you think you have learned something from this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.